According to a study published Wednesday in the New England Journal of Medicine, early stage clinical trial results show the COVID-19 vaccine candidate made by Novavax is safe and elicits an immune response. The vaccine is a recombinant SARS coronavirus 2 nanoparticle vaccine composed of spike glycoproteins and adjuvant. Using a randomized, placebo-controlled trial, the gold standard method of study, scientists gave the vaccine or a placebo, an inert substance like saline, to 131 healthy adults in May. 83 people got the vaccine with adjuvant, an agent to boost the body's immune response. Another 25 got the vaccine without the booster and 23 got the placebo. Participants also received a second injection 21 days after the first. The volunteers came from 2 locations in Australia, and they were all between 18 and 59 years of age with a body mass index of 17 to 35. People who had COVID-19 or who had recovered from COVID-19 were excluded from the trial. In a phase 1 trial, doctors mostly watch to see if the vaccine is safe, but they also check to see if it produces an immune response. For 35 days, participants were told to record any potential symptoms or soreness. Volunteers were also given a swab test for COVID-19 if they had any symptoms and were tested 35 days after their first injection. At day 35, there were no serious or unusual adverse events. Few persons reported mild symptoms such as fever, malaise, and tenderness that lasted for a day after the second shot. Otherwise, most didn't have any reaction at all, or if they did have a reaction, it was mild. After the second vaccination, most people didn't have any problems or they were mild. 1 person had tenderness after the second shot and 8 had joint pain and fatigue. The vaccine seemed to generate an immune response. All the volunteers who got the vaccine developed neutralizing antibodies after the second dose. At day 35, participants who got 2 doses of the vaccine with the adjuvant developed antibodies 4 to 6 times greater than that developed by people who had recovered from COVID-19. In the 16 volunteers who were randomly selected and tested for T-cell response, the vaccine also seemed to generate T-cells, the type of immune cells that also help protect the body from infection. The study found that the benefit of adding adjuvant to the vaccine was immense based on the antibody response it generated. Dr. Gregory Klein, President of Research and Development at Novavax, said that based on the positive phase 1 results, they have begun multiple phase 2 clinical trials from which they expect to collect preliminary efficacy. Dr. Paul Offit, Director of the Vaccine Education Center and Professor of Pediatrics at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, said the results look good for this early stage. It will need to be tested in tens of thousands of people to see not just their response, but if you can prove that it is protective. Offit also noted that compared to some of the other candidates among the 33 COVID-19 vaccines in various stages of development right now, this one may have an advantage because it uses an approach that has been successfully tried with other vaccines like those that protect against shingles. As of now, 5 vaccines are in clinical trials in the United States and 33 around the world according to WHO.